Okay, let's hope that this is working and that you guys can actually hear me. Can you hear me? And is the music too loud? I got my snowball over here, but I do have it pulled back a bit. Smashes the music. Is the music too loud? And hello, Darth Darling. If the music's too loud, let me know where I can dial it back a little bit. It's good, good. Can you hear me all right? Or do I need my mic turned up? You can hear me good? That will seem good. Awesome! Now let's just hope that it don't start freezing and buffering and all that good stuff. And we'll be good, right? Ooh, I noticed the camera's getting a little jerky. Hello, Gray. Hey, I got started a little late tonight because I was trying to tweak things a little bit more. I wanted to have the ducks running in the background. But this old PC just went, nope, not going to happen. So, alright guys, I've been working on this, but I'm not sure I like the way the lettering on it turned out. What do you guys think? Should I darken it more? Oh, wait a minute. The camera's not in position where you guys can see this right. Alright. Let me... There we go. Now y'all should be able to see it better. Should I darken this more, or do y'all think the lettering is okay? Don't tempt me with a good time, Gray. Uh-oh, what y'all tempting each other about? Do I want to join in? Gray says lettering looks fine to him. Oh, he poked you. Okay, can I poke you too? So, what do y'all think about the dog? I'm not really sure about the way he turned out. So, I'm kind of iffy about him. Or do y'all think it's ready for a good clear coat? Ah, dang! Leave me out of everything, Darth. And grab my drink. And the lighting is kind of funny in here because it's still daylight and I got a window right here in front of me. He looks quite upside down. Yeah, he does, don't he? I need to find a way to turn this camera around. But I have not figured out how I'm going to accomplish that just yet. I suppose, hold on, let me see if I can adjust it. In here. Okay. Oh, no, not that. We definitely don't want that. There! That's better. Okay, now y'all can see him a little bit better. This one is overhead gray. I've got one over there, and then I've got this one overhead. I had just forgotten to flip it. And I may have to move that monitor that I've got chat on a little bit closer, but I noticed my Logitech camera, my face cam keeps freezing up on us. It's scared Lori with the 7 days to die. Oh, no, you didn't. She's gonna kick your butt. Oh, Gray, come in here and look. That is directly over the top. What I actually need, though, is another camera stand that goes up even higher, where I could get a better angle. And it is hot in this crafting room, y'all. You scared her badly? She's gonna kick your butt. She's gonna kick your butt. So, alright, now that y'all can see the dog better, what do y'all think of it and the grass? Do I need to put more shading in the grass? And let me take my rings off. I'm going to be dealing with paint. I don't want it on my rings. Gray needs a swift kick in the butt. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does, Darth. I agree. I agree. You're not wrong. Well, alright, my loves. I don't know if I've got the alerts set up right on this computer yet. Fingers crossed I have. So, but do y'all think that any of this needs any more shading? I tried to get just a little bit of shading around these edges to make it look a little bit more like stone. I was sitting here one of the nights when I tried to do one of these streams and the computer wouldn't cooperate, and was so upset that I just sat in here doing this all night. Now I know I need to touch up a couple of spots around the edges, which means I also need to dig out my notes on how I did this. I don't have the alerts on correctly. Oh no. Oh shite. Gray, you pushing your luck, son. Y'all are mean. Y'all are mean. I need to adjust that camera too, don't I? We're just gonna roll with it for tonight. Just gonna roll with it for tonight. Alright, let me see here. Alright, I've got my notes on the pig. There's some of the notes on the dog. Okay, here's the rest. And once I get this the way I want it, what I will do, I've got a little recipe box and a binder. That's what I call them. But I will write down all my notes on exactly how I did these step by step. That way they can all kind of come out uniform. Random Wolf, hi darling, how you doing? Uh-huh. No fair, yeah. Oh, I'm hearing burning. Darth. Don't make me turn the stream around, young man. I'm doing alright, Random Wolf. I'm just nervous about this stream because this old crafting computer of mine is wanting to be iffy. So, I'm nervous. Yes, I'll kick both your butts. Both of your butts. And I had Little Bug today too. And, you know, she's 4. So that means she's got 5 times the energy I do. That means I'm slightly wore out. Okay. The way we did the base coat, which is what I'm going to have to use to touch up these edges. Well, actually, I may not have to. I may actually be able to touch them up without mixing. So, let's just see here. Where's my pearl gray? Okay, there's the pearl. And the graphite. Don't tell me I put the graphite back in the daggum paint bin, knowing I was going to need it tonight. And y'all, it looks like I did. It looks like I put it back in the daggum paint bin. And I've got to do something about... I need like some wireless earbuds. Also, I'm doing just the best activity in the world. What are you doing? What are you doing? I might want to do it too. I need to pick me up. Just a note, I was actually serious about not being able to hear it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not being able to hear the alerts. I can hear them. So what I may need to do is find some way to adjust that. You're here, don't know where Pearl is. You smart aleck. You want a set of pearl drums? Are you forgetting that's what my sperm donor played and therefore I hate pearls? No. Pearls are some of the best, but it just reminds me of him. Oh, doing laundry. I got a load going right now. I got one load in the washer, one load in the dryer. So don't feel alone there. Okay, let me see if I can find that graphite gray. And like I said, I'm going to have to do something better because this really limits my movement with my head a lot. Oh, there's a wow. But for some reason it don't look like it's working. Okay, y'all, just don't trigger any alerts tonight, and I will try to get these straightened out before the next time we do another one of these. You like Tama better? That's what you had when we first met, was it not? Wasn't it a set of Tamas? But yeah, apparently I don't have these alerts. And why? Oh, I was going to say the camera flipped. No, I flipped him around. Yeah, just don't do any of the trigger any of the alerts and stuff tonight, guys. And I will try to get these straightened out before the next time we do another one of these streams. And try to do something better with the lighting, you know, all that good stuff. But I've got to try to find my graphite gray. Let me move my drink over here. There's my rinse water. I don't need to spill it. And like I said, normally I just turn around and grab all this stuff, but these earbuds are keeping me kind of chained right now. Tama Rockstar. That's what I thought it was. Oh, there's my new glass cutter I got. I need to put it together and put it away. Or did I run out of graphite? Is that why it's not up here? There's the dark. There's tropical. Yeah, it's definitely not up here. I wonder if the graphite was one of the ones I ran out of. I've got the dark granite, but that would be too dark for this. There's dolphin. That would be too light. So, Random Wolf is doing laundry. What's everybody else doing tonight? Staying out of trouble, I hope. Alright, let me look in these. I got my linseed oil on the way. Yeah, definitely gonna have to figure out something better than this. It's really restrictive. And I need to be able to move. Oh, that reminds me, I need to order more light mocha. I need to come in here and make a list of all the yarn and paint I'm about out of. Or am out of. There's Timeless Gray, but that's, again, going to be... There's some more granite. But it was definitely the graphite I used. So... I am wondering if I didn't use the last of it last time. Which means we're going to have to figure out a way to substitute. And I'm hoping you guys can hear me alright even when I'm bent over like that. Time skip to either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I vote Saturday. I vote Saturday. We're going to be playing Ark Saturday, so yeah, I vote for Saturday. Alright, I'm going to take these out for just a second, guys, so I won't be able to hear anything. Oh, wow, I can hear my other computer in there. I didn't realize I had it turned up that loud. Gray, if you want to go turn it down, you can. Or mute the tab. I had it pulled up so I could go in there and check every now and then to see how this stream is doing. Okay, this is not funny. Surely I didn't run out of that and just forget about it. Or not make a note of it. Because I always make a note when I run out. When I run out completely. I need to start doing it before I run out completely. But I am definitely not seeing any of the graphite in here. Oh, and this is a little guy I'm going to have to do some work on. The clear coat I used to use on these actually sealed it shut. And it's a trinket box. So it shouldn't be sealing shut. But I've got a new one I'm going to start trying. And fingers crossed it's not going to have this effect. But I'm going to have to try to pry this open and recoat it. Uh-oh. I'm noticing a lot of laggage on the screen. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, there it goes. But see how solid it sealed it in, that it's even chipping and pulling away the paint. So I'm definitely going to have to do something about that. Y'all, this crafting room is hot. It's like really hot. You don't have that much light. Maybe it's just that other computer that I'm watching the chat on. I hope that's all it is. Okay, guys, it is looking like I'm out of the graphite. I got the pavement gray, which is close to the graphite. I can't believe I ran out of one and forgot to even write it down, though. And y'all, my crafting room is a mess. I apologize. Okay, there's the timeless, and there's the pavement. I'm just looking around to make sure I didn't put it somewhere that I shouldn't have. Let me check over here. No, that's just all the clear coat. Oh. Let me grab this. And, this is the new clear coat I'm going to start using, which will hopefully do much better than what I used to use. Hopefully it's going to give it a nice finish, especially for the stuff that goes outside. Something to weatherproof it real good, but not interfere with the colors of the paints and not seal it up almost like a glue. Gray does definitely have lag, but not a catastrophic amount. Yeah, I think a lot of it is this computer is having a hard time. It's old, really old. It's having a hard time handling the camera, both cameras, and streaming at the same time. Yes, Darth. Hat gray. Hat gray. It's not in there either. Let me look in this bin one more time. There's the dark granite. But I know it was graphite I used because I wrote it down. It wasn't the paint. That's why I can't find it. It wasn't the graphite paint that I used. It was the graphite dye. Oh, you guys want me to show you that blanket I told you about that I use gray for measurements? And then what I may do is cut my face cam off. I hate to do that, but I don't know. I don't know how to handle this. I see them little ghosties. Let me show y'all this blanket I've been working on. I've used gray as like a measuring stick for it because I want it to be big enough that a woman or a man could wrap up in it and get real cozy. It's more like a fall winter type blanket. And this is what I use. I always, each one of my crochet projects I'm working on, I have a crochet bag that I put them in, right? Well, this is a huge bag, and this blanket is filling it up. And I want you guys' opinion on it. I haven't sewn in my ends yet, so just ignore that part. And all I have to do is finish 5 more rounds up here, and it's completely done. But what do y'all think of it? And I've got another one started almost just like this, except for where there's green. It's more of a maroon burgundy type look. And I've been learning how to make different types of crochet animals. What they call amigurumi. And I've been working on cows and for Amber. And dinosaurs for Little Bug. You like that? You think those colors go okay together? I was a little worried about the colors. Looks like it packs a bit of heat. You're talking about, oh no. Yeah, I see a lot of lag. Hold on. Let me go ahead and shut off that other camera. And we'll see if that helps. You talking about Darth's hot sauce gray? Think the colors work well? I was hoping so. I was hoping so. When I get a little further along with the one that's just like it, but that has the maroon instead of the green, I'll have to show that to you guys. Ah, diamond dyes. Okay. You know, I may actually be able to get away with just using nothing but the dye to patch up these little spots right here. We're going to give it a shot. And we're actually going to go over it with a little... Actually, no. We're going to go over it with a little bit of the pearl first. Then we'll hit it with just a little bit of the graphite. I don't know, Gray. I'm looking at this camera and I'm seeing it lag up a bit here and there. And I'm just wondering... I'm going to have to get a new computer for this stuff. That's just... This old computer, which I gotta give it credit. I mean, it's over 8 years old, right? It's done really good for its age. And especially when it's the one I started streaming on years ago. It surprised me that it held up 7 days when it did. Which, of course, it couldn't hold up to 7 days now. I'm still wondering if I need to put a little more shading in the grass and maybe hit these edges with just a little more shading. Yeah, I'm noticing if there's a good bit of movement that little old cheap webcam ain't want to handle it. I don't know. We'll get it figured out. And we'll limp by on what we can until I can get another PC to do these with. Yeah, that pearl's gonna shade it a little bit, but we're definitely gonna have to go in with the other to darken it the way it needs to be. And actually, when I go in with the other, I think what I'm gonna do is maybe mix it with a little bit of the gray paint, and also kind of dry brush, just barely hit some of these edges to make them a little bit darker, a little more defined. I think I may do that with the lettering too. And tonight was really mainly just a test to see what adjustments I need to make to do these streams. So it probably won't be very long, and we won't get a lot done, but now I'll kind of know what I'm looking at. And so the next ones can be longer and we can get more done. And sometimes, like if I'm doing the crochet ones, especially if I'm doing a blanket that's real big, that I can't just hold up on the desk or something, the crafting table, I'll just have the face cam on and just kind of sit back with crochet in my lap and talk with y'all, if that's something y'all are interested in. And eventually, when I do get a better computer, we'll have the ducks playing up in one corner too. I got the hiccups again. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's go ahead. Let me move this. I'm going to put just a little bit of that pearl in there. Dump that out. Alright, and let's get just a little bit of the graphite. If I can do this without making a mess, let's do it this way. And actually it was the dark gray I wanted to use. There's pewter. There's my dark gray. Oh yeah, that is lagging up bad, guys. What should you do when you get your hot sauce? Now, sometimes when I do some of this stuff on streams, I'm going to give some of it away. So, put a little bit on spoon and try it that way. He's brave if he tries it at all. Darth? Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to move that monitor that I'm watching chat on a little bit closer. Alright, we're going through and just barely hitting some of these ridges because I want to make this where it's supposed to look like, you know, cut stone. I want to make it a little more defined. So we're just barely going to hit it, and then we're going to dab a little bit. Not a lot, like I just did with that one, but just a little. And actually, I may want to get one of those other brushes. No, we'll keep going with this one for right now. And of course, that will lighten up a little bit as it dries, but it'll still be giving it a little bit more of that definition we're looking for. Stars! I am a brave boy, a foolish one, or both. I think it might be a little bit of both. I know you got more guts than me, because there's no way I could do that. Oh, and I definitely need to go in and do more on this grass over here. I knew something didn't look right the other night. I missed this whole entire section of grass right there. Now, one of the things I do want to do, soak a little bit in here, squeeze a little bit out. Just going to kind of brush that over some of these spots. That one spot right there is wanted to take dye and paint a lot better than the rest of it. I'm going to go over this just a little bit so it kind of highlights around the edges of that paw. I want it to look a little bit marbleized and definitely look like natural stone. You're back from lurking, darling. Welcome back, sweetheart. Okay. I need to look at this while I'm thinking about it and figure out how I did that grass. I can't believe I missed that whole section of grass right there that night. And see, one of the good things about doing these streams too is a lot of times if I forget to make notes about something that I did, I can go back and look at these streams and go, oh, okay, that's how I did that. Because like I said, I want to know exactly how I did these so that they could come out, you know, semi-uniform most of the time. I don't want there being big drastic differences between each one I make, if that makes sense. I've got some more of these poured in my little basement dungeon, my little workshop down there. I haven't gotten them sanded and ready though. I do all the sanding down there because who wants sand, you know, the dust flying everywhere upstairs? I don't. My sinuses and allergies are bad enough without that. Let's turn you a little bit more. And see, this gives those little chiseled areas just enough definition without it being too obvious and too off from the rest of it. Now, I do want to go over this lettering a little more. I'm trying to keep this where you guys can see it. I definitely need to get a better, whatchamacallit, camera stand. Something that'll get a better overhead shot. This one is just too short, really. And I'm going to end up doing these, this one with this little white dog, little yellow lab, and then some with some black labs, you know, stuff like that. Oh, about the paw prints? Yeah, I've got one for cats too. I got to get some more of those poured. Gray's Aunt Julia got the last one I did. So I need to get some more poured and sanded up. Like I said, sometimes some of the stuff like this will give away on stream. And definitely going to have a higher camera stand for some of the bigger statues when I'm doing them and painting them on stream. The ones that are kind of tall. Definitely going to have a better camera setup for those. I'm just trying to darken these up just a little bit. Like I said, I want it to look like it was actually chiseled into the stone. But I also want it to have a clear, defined lettering, you know? Alright, Random Wolf. Talk to you later. Be careful, darling. I always tell everybody be careful when they're leaving. I don't know why. I guess it's just a habit I've always had. I hear burning. Why am I burning? Darth! Darth! Why are you trying to burn me? What'd I do to you? What'd I do to you? Ooh, I got a little out of the line there. And I got a new set of paintbrushes the other day. I've not even opened yet, which is surprising. I'm with paintbrushes about like I am with pens. Gray made you do it. Uh-huh. So I should just go ahead and murderize Gray, huh? I just noticed something that I did with our poor little doggo here. Oh, no, I didn't. That's just where I dripped a little bit while ago. I was supposed to say I gave him a little gleam in one eye, not the other. I know better than that. My hand is not wanting to stay steady at all tonight, loves. And guys, I think me and Gray are fixing to do the cold turkey thing, so the next couple of days may be a little rough. Just bear with us. I got a little bit out of place there. Hold on. I'm going to try to dab that off a little. Which I can fix it later. After it dries some and I see how dark it is. There we go. Alright, now I'm definitely... Where'd my water go? I was going to say, where'd my water for rinsing go? Oh, I saw that lag up. It's like anytime I move pretty fast, it wants to lag up. Let me see if I can get that shining on the actual project just a little bit more. Hold on. Maybe that'll help and look a little bit better too. There we go. Ah, Lori! Lori, darling, hello, sweetheart. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Miss Lori. You may have picked the wrong stream to raid, though. My camera's acting up tonight. I did have the face cam and this one on, and they're both acting a little weird tonight. So, how are you doing, Miss Lori, darling? We've been talking about crochet and painting, and I keep trying to get this lighting and camera adjusted where y'all can actually see what the devil I'm working on. Keep making adjustments and it just doesn't seem to be cutting it. Looks good on your end? Awesome. Was you writing, Miss Lori? And hopefully y'all can hear alright. I'm using the snowball mic tonight. This morning? Oh, so you were gaming earlier. Colony Survival. You know, I realized I've still got that on my gaming PC. I thought about playing around with it sometime, but I just... Seems like I never have time anymore. I thought I had uninstalled it, but I realized... last night? Not before last, it was still on there? Okay, y'all. I made a big boo-boo. When I painted this the other night, I forgot this whole strip of grass here. So, let me look at my notes. Alright, we need the Satin Tropical. Where's it at? There it is. Lori's a pro gamer. Well, I don't doubt it. She's got to be better at Colony Survival than I am. I suck at it so bad. They just did an update on the colonists. They gave them new skins. Oh, nice. You keep your VODs up, right? Because I want to go back and watch that. Added building options. Oh, yeah, he had to brag about it. As soon as he got in here tonight, Lori, he was bragging about it, darling. He was bragging about how well he got you. I told him one day you're going to kick his butt. I don't think he believes me. Okay. I should probably get the other brush for this, but we're going to try it with this one. I've definitely got to get something better set up for... you know what? Actually, we are going to get that other brush. This one. Something better set up as far as me being able to hear everything, because these little earbuds, wired earbuds, are just really keeping me chained in place, and I can't do a lot of moving. It's like putting me on a really short leash. And we're going to go ahead and bring this grass down all the way out through here. And then I'll have to go in and do the layering and the shading. Bring it out down here. Ten of 10, we'll do it again. We know you will. You not doing it would be against your nature. We know this. We already know this. Alright, going back over my notes to see exactly how I layered this last time. Because like I said, whenever I make these, I want them to all kind of look alike. Not be a major difference between each of them. Okay, we need the matte marsh green. Where did I put it? I saw it earlier. There it is. And let that dry just a little bit. And y'all saw me do the, hold on, let me get it. While that dries just a second. Let me turn around here and grab this. Okay, there we go. Now, you guys saw me do this little guy, this little pig, on one of the cinnamon crafting streams back when we could still stream movies and stuff. This one, he's going to be a little bit different. He's going to be kind of like a gray and dark gray piggy. I was looking up Scream on Blurp and I was like, I should search for Screamer instead. Uh-huh. Oh, and Lori, like I was telling everybody earlier, sometimes when I do some of this stuff on stream, we're going to give some of it away. And then, of course, a lot of this stuff I sell, so. Did y'all ever see, did I ever show y'all the little angels that I do? One of them. Lori as a writer, I think, might would find it kind of cute, but let me grab him. And keep in mind, this guy is nowhere near done, but I've got a good start on him. Turn him around. Yeah, he, I've got two versions of him I do. One that looks, you know, nice and neat and kind of new. And then I've got another version I do that looks like it's really weathered and old and... Yep, little cherub. I've got another one that's... He's actually pretty big and pretty heavy. He's sitting on an old book. Instead of laying down, he's setting up, and you use him for a bookend. But these little guys are one of my favorites to do, mainly because of the details in the book. And like I said, this one's nowhere near done. I'm still working on him, but they take a lot of layering, and which means a lot of dry time in between the layers, of course. And this guy right here, I think he's maybe one of the ones I give away. For some reason, when I poured him, for whatever reason, the concrete did not cure right. And it cured with all these little divots in it. And if I try to sand all that out, it's really going to create more issues than it's going to fix. So what I thought about doing is trying to patch him up and paint him as pretty as I can and give him away on stream one night, if anybody would be interested. If anybody likes seahorses. Okay, I think that's dried enough. I can go ahead and hit a little bit. Get a little bit of this marsh green. I think I left that marsh sitting up in that window too long. Okay. We're going to kind of just dry brush this marsh over this. Give it a little bit of depth. And I'll have to go over this a few times to end up making it look right. And see, like that spot right there, I was a little too heavy-handed with that. Alright, and okay, we're going to need the emerald dye, and we are going to need the ivy green paint. I need a little fan or something to sit up here to kind of blow on some of this to help it dry quicker. Make things go a little faster. And guys, what I'm hoping is here in a month or two be able to get a new crafting PC for in here that will handle having plastic ducks running up in one corner and my ugly mug up in the other, and the camera not freezing up and stuff. So if y'all will just bear with me for a little while, we'll get this set up right. It's just going to take a bit. Yeah, see, that camera goes. I think you actually heard Luna in there talking to Gray. I thought I heard her. So that's probably what you heard. Okay, we need the English ivy. And we're just gonna barely hit it, mainly just hit the highlights with this. Paint bubble. Alright, let's get it popped. Like I said, I just mainly want to barely hit this. I'm going to dab some of that off. What's really going to add some more of the depth is going to be this emerald dye going over the ridges and stuff. Little bug watches me do this stuff. She's like, why are so many colors, Mimi? And I'm like, that's just a way to give it a little more depth here and there. See, I was a little heavy-handed with that. And what I will end up doing, I probably won't get this finished tonight, but what I will end up doing is repeating this process over and over until it all blends with this right here. And then once I get all of that done, I will put a nice clear coat on it so that this can be hung inside or outside and last. Be right back. Is Luna ordering you outside, Gray? We thought we heard her. I definitely need to come in here and go through my yarn bins and my paint bins, though, and make a list of everything I'm almost out of, because I think I'm almost out of quite a bit, actually. Now I'm just going in with this emerald dye. Like I said, it helps shade the shadows pretty well. I was a little heavy-handed right there. It's been one of them days, guys, so I'm gonna make mistakes, but we can fix them. No, that's what your little man walking up at. Oh! Bravo realized, woke up and realized I wasn't in the room. If you want to let him in here with me, you can. He was sleeping good when I came in here, so I didn't see any reason to wake him. But apparently he thinks otherwise. So, Darth, that was Bravo you heard, actually. He woke up and realized I wasn't in the room, and he can't tolerate that. Alright, this is really going to have to dry before I do much more. That way I can get a true sense of how the shading is turning out. And we did go around and hit some of these with a little darker color to highlight those ridges a little more earlier. We hit this earlier, darken it up a little bit, because I want it to look like it was chiseled out of the stone. But I definitely want it to be well defined so it's readable. Alright, so for right now, we're going to set this guy to the side, and we're going to take a look at the pig. Let me move this guy. Okay, now we've got a little piggy here. He's had his whitewash, and he's had an initial kind of light brushing with the paint mix I was going to use on him. Now, we actually need to darken him up a little bit. Just kind of, in some spots, make it look like, you know, little dark hair here and there. dark piggy hair. And then we need to outline all these little areas where he's supposed to have his spots. And I got a few more of these curing downstairs too. Which one of these brushes do I want to use for this? Hey, I got a whole new pack of new brushes the other day, but I hadn't broke them out yet. Alright. I'm not sure if I want to use the dark gray or maybe the pewter for this. Where did my pewter go? That's pavement, dark granite, timeless. That's not it. There it is. I'm blind as a bat. I think we're going to use the pewter. Just to, like I said, kind of barely hit him in different areas. And darken him up just a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make his ears, make one of them, kind of like we did with the brown one. We're going to make one a dark gray, make his tail a dark gray, and then all these little spots where he's supposed to have the patterns, make those a dark gray. And then of course we got to work on the eyes, the nose, the mouth, all that good stuff. But right now, like I said, we're just going to kind of dry brush on some of this pewter gray. And now I think I hear Luna. And we probably won't get much done on this guy tonight because I do have to start a PP craft stream here in a little bit. But I did want to give him a little bit of attention tonight. And we don't want it to look perfect, because have you ever seen a pig that looked perfect? We don't want him to look like a complete mess, but we also don't want him to look perfect either. So it's not really going to matter if some spots are a little bit darker than others, because again, nothing is ever perfect. Not in real life anyway. In game maybe, but not in real life. We do want to highlight around his little legs and some of his folds a little bit more. But we'll end up doing most of that with some of the dye and linseed mix. Now I got a question, guys. When it comes to his little spots, let me grab the other pig to use kind of as an example. Okay, you see how we did this one, guys? You know, tail, his spots, his little hoofs, and his ear. Should we do the spots on this one in a dark gray, or go ahead and go with an all-out black? Which one do y'all think would be the best? I keep taking him out from in front of the camera because I'm trying to get a better look. Trying to make sure this one's made out of plaster, this one isn't concrete. Trying to make, a lot of times plaster has a bad habit of showing through, like right there, even after you think you've got it painted and coated real good. And we do want him to look maybe a little bit dirty. That guy, the brown one, we made look really clean. This one maybe want to make him look like a cute little dirty pig. That sounded bad, didn't it? said, that spot in that plaster is really wanting to soak that up. And I'm surprised because I did coat it with linseed oil first. Shouldn't be soaking it up that much. Okay. Let's get this dried off. And we're going to take a little bit of this dye and use that to kind of highlight like around his eyes, his little nose, stuff like that. Maybe put just a little bit of highlight around here. Now I know that looks like it's going on really dark, but it will lighten considerably as it dries. Plus, a lot of times, and which I'm probably fixing to do it now, I will take a paper towel and just kind of dab some of it off. And if it still looks too dark after it dries, then I go back over it with just a little bit of the paint that we used. Straightens it right up. Gives them a nice shading. Gives it a little more definition to all the facial features and stuff. Without being too overbearing. Does that make sense? And keep in mind too that some of these spots are going to have a lot more paint on them on top of this, so like especially around the mouth and stuff, because we're going to do stuff to lighten it up and kind of give it more of a natural snout color, kind of like we did with this guy. Like I said, we probably won't get too far with him tonight. Just wanted to get a little more done on him than what's already been done. I'm not used to doing this and having to hold it where the camera can see it. I guess I need to get used to it, huh? Okay, going around these ears. I'm going to give it a little bit of a shadow up under there. Okay. And I know this doesn't look like it's making much of a difference right now, but once he's finished, you'll be able to tell it made a difference. because all these little fine lines that help give them definition and character will show up a lot more. I'm getting the hiccups again, guys. Every time I try to stream lately, I get the hiccups. Give some definition, these little hind legs back here. And again, guys, fair warning, me and Gray are probably fixing to try going cold turkey on the cigarettes. So, the next few days may be a little rough, fair warning. Come on now. Give a little definition on these little hoofs. For some reason, I am having a hard time seeing tonight, y'all. There we go. And basically, I will just end up repeating this process over and over after I get everything painted the way I want it, until I think all the definitions and shadows are showing up the way they should. Oink! Yep, we got a pigger. Oink, oink. Oh, what time is it? Oh, guys, I gotta go. Yeah, we're gonna have to call this one right now because I am, in about 20 minutes gonna be starting up a Minecraft stream. So, that's going to end this one for tonight. I may do another one of these tomorrow night. I'm going to start doing these at least once a week. Sometimes maybe twice a week. And I appreciate y'all's feedback on everything. Especially like earlier when I showed y'all the blanket I've been working on. And asked y'all about the colors and such. And y'all let me know what y'all really thought of the colors. Stuff like that really helps. So... yes, Miss Lori, I will be doing a PP Craft stream in about 20 minutes, my darling. So, alright, guys, I'm going to call this one here for right now. Like I said, I'll be doing a PP Craft stream here in about 20 minutes. And we'll probably do another one of these chat and crafts tomorrow night. And as I said, I'm going to keep working on my setup to make these run a lot smoother. But thank y'all for hanging out, my loves, and I will see y'all in, like I said, about 20 minutes. Bye, darlings.